Welcome back to our channel. Today Ford's next-gen EcoSport Hybrid, slated for the 2026 model year, feels less like a mid-cycle refresh and more like a clean reboot of the nameplate, folding lessons from a decade of subcompact to SUV experiments into a package that actually punches at the heart of what city-centric buyers want in 2026: thrift, tech, and a touch of personality. The big headline is the new 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle 3-cylinder paired with a 48 kW traction motor and a compact lithium-ion pack tucked under the rear bench. System output hovers around 155 A-Macron HP and 170 A-Macron LBFTA, numbers that won't shred tires but slice neatly through urban traffic. More impressive is the calibrated efficiency. Ford is targeting 4.1 A-Macron L/100 A-Macron km combined, the best of any micro SUV currently on sale in Europe, and real-world testing during the media prototype drive in Valencia suggested that estimate might even be conservative. Unlike the milder hybrid hardware Ford sprinkles over its Euro vans, this is a full hybrid, able to creep silently at parking lot speeds and cruise at up to 110 A-Macron km/h on electrons for a couple of kilometers when the state of charge allows. A redesigned DACV to essentially an electric planetary sitter keeps the powertrain from the higher AV drone that plagued older hybrids. Stab the throttle for an no-no ramp and you get a quick shot of torque from the motor before the triple wakes up, all with a muted thrum that feels intentionally engineered rather than inevitable. The chassis polish is the second revelation. The outgoing EcoSport's Talboy stance and narrow track always made it feel a half a size too tippy. The 2026 variant sits 26 A-Macron lower, wears a 48 A-Macron wider rear track, and switches to a multi-link rear axle shared with the Puma Street. On a loop of tight Andalusian switchbacks, the new geometry banished the old model's diagonal pitching, letting the Yokohama Blue Earth lower rollers maintain a surprising bite. Steering is light but quick off-center. Ford says 14.2:1A, yet the engineers resisted the temptation to inject fake weight, so you still get that easy near-handed whirl in a grocery store car park. Brake by-wire blends rigid and friction smoothly down to the final crawl, and the pedal no longer has that early Ford hybrid wooden stepper off. All-wheel drive remains off the menu, but the front diff gains an active torque split feature cribbed from the Focus RS part spin. It nips understeer by dabbing the inside brake and can preload torque to the outside wheel, a first in the class. Inside, Ford's digital denim design language finally looks premium instead of playful. The dash is dominated by a floating 12.9-inch SyncMove display that pivots between driver and passenger by 12°. A gimmicky but convenient when the kid in the passenger seat wants to cue playlists. Wireless Android Auto and CarPlay are standard, but the bigger win is Ford's decision to keep physical toggles for the climate. Chunky nailed rollers sit just below the screen, so you're not stabbing at pixels at 120 A-Macron km/h. Sustainable materials go beyond marketing fluff. The seat fabric is a recycled polyester knit with an unexpectedly upscale weave, and the door cards use a corker-based composite that feels warm to the touch. Cargo volume grows to 426 A-Macron L, helped by ditching the old side-ear-hinged tailgate for a conventional top-hinged hatch. Finally, price. Ford hints at a negation 27 A-Macron 000 base sticker in Germany about parity with today's mid-trim EcoBoost, but bundled with the full hybrid drivetrain, heated seats, and the Copilot 362.5 driver assist suite. Factor in EU incentives and a 3-year free charging deal with the Ford Pass network, and the math tilts sharply in the EcoSport's favor. After years of living in the shadow of Volkswagen's T-Cross and Renault's Captur, the 2026 EcoSport Hybrid arrives not merely competitive but quietly class-leading, proof that Ford can still bottle hatchback joy inside a crossover shell, and finally give eco-conscious urbanites a reason to smile when they turn the key, or rather, tap the start button.